How to build cool stuff fast with zero money. Step 1. Pick something you've really wanted to do for a long time, something you keep pushing to the back of your mind. Step 2. Flesh that out first. What is it in particular you've wanted to do? What about it specifically has excited you? What would you like to do with it? Why is it cool to you? What can it give you apart from the ethereal joy and the pleasure of completing something? Step 3. Who are you and what can you do? I know it's getting a little personal, but it's important. Do you have what it takes to build this thing? If not, what do you need? You might need to learn a little bit. Step 4. Realization. At this point, you've realized the things you need. They all need some amount of money, maybe. So you throw this video to the trash can because, no. You might want to make a plane, so you need money to buy the parts, right? Now's the time to get creative. Step 5. Outsource. If you want to make a plane, you can always make a paper one. Just kidding. You need to look for people who are making some. It might be a local school club, some hobbyist a little close by, people on Reddit with free ideas, someone who's already tinkering. The thing about these people is that they love companion who can do the stuff with them. And you're that person. If you want to try playing piano, you don't go at first buying a huge set. You go play it around for a bit to realize you like it. So why aren't you taking up a free trial for the stuff you want to build? Step 6. Now you know you like it and you really want it. It's time to get a job. Kidding again. Now's the time for the power of collaboration. If you find someone who's doing stuff and start doing it with them, not only do you get a friend, but someone to stay motivated and build with as well. Step 7. Now you're up and tinkering. It's time to define all the little parts of your project you fleshed out before. What's the big and small parts, components, features, and processes that your project needs to have? What are some boring, nuanced things your mind missed out on when you were too busy thinking about its cool stuff? Step 8. Now that you've defined those, it's time to strip them away, temporarily, because you're about to make an MVP, a minimum viable project. Strip away everything that's an additional feature and focus on the core process, the most cool thing, the heart of your project that keeps running. For your airplane, it might be making it look cooler and prettier without making sure it's actually flying well. Ask what would happen if you removed every component one by one, and would it still work? Keep asking until it stops working. Just working. Step 9. Build. Now you have a blueprint. You've done spiritual self-reflection, and if you're capable of doing it, now you need to build that MVP we talked about. Don't focus on the other cool things, even though I know it's tempting to. But I promise, making the cool stuff will be more rewarding if you can first make it work. So build to make it work. Make sure it flies well, because this is the hard part and where people usually stop before they can do the cool stuff. Step 10. What to add. Now that your plane's up and flying, what do you want to do with it? Make it look cool, add a new flap to see how the trajectory is like, add a subtle load onto it to see if it can take it. That's engineering. How to change so that it either performs additional features or improves performance without damaging the core functionality in any form. As you make more complex, intricate, and more important projects, this will become more relevant. Step 11. Organize. Now you have a lot of stuff, a lot of things laying around, a prototype, a bunch of components you've made to add, a bunch of ideas scattered in your head, feeling a bit accomplished because you've actually made something and all this isn't some piece of garbage. You've developed a bit of skill while making this. Hands-on. You should be proud of yourself. But this is not the time to stop. Organize your beautiful mess, update your blueprint and the map of how you expected things to go and how it actually went. Things will never simply follow the plan. That's why it might feel even messier, but that's okay. Edit or maybe redefine the blueprint and don't feel low on yourself on why it didn't go as you planned. Because things never hardly do. And hey, you're building, so who cares? Step 12. Focus. Now everything's neat and tidy. You need to not let the subpar achievements sway you away. Those additional features need to be built. Your plane needs to do better and better. Adding those features and failing and trying to make it work again is where you go through the best cycle of growth. This is exactly why you have come this far, for this moment. You need to focus and absolutely hone in on your thing and progress with the new plan, the new things to add. This is a caution step, honestly. But step 13. You will realize that there will be a certain point you will lose. Things will totally fail, crash, everything will start to fall apart. This is the valley of despair in making. It may come sooner or lesser. It will try to play with your head, make you doubt your work, tell you negative things, but you gotta control your thoughts and feed yourself back with the things you've already done, how far you've already reached, and only the above average give up at this step. Excellent builders will rise beyond this because they know it's just a voice in their head. Step 14. My points are getting serious because I know exactly what the mind does or goes through when you're building stuff. I've been there. 14. Test features. You've perhaps built a rudder, an elevator, a horizontal stabilizer for your plane, colored it nice, it looks amazing. But during a test, the core functionality, which is flying, may not perform as good as you thought it would with your new features. You need to test and recognize that. That's because you haven't tested the process in coordination. You haven't optimized. And so, step 15. Optimize. Check why things aren't working in coordination. What's extra? What, once again, you don't need. Sometimes extra things you add further complicate the performance of your project, but it's not just relevant for an airplane performance. Suppose you're making a new song. You find two tunes that blow your brains off when you listen individually, but no matter what, you can't seem to find a combination of the both where it sounds even better. That's okay. That's when you need to make the decision to simplify it. Sacrifice one of the tunes. Have a simple hint to still make your song wonderful. But I'll go back to making planes because I love it. Step 16. Optimize Part 2. Now that you've cut off what's unnecessary and unimportant to make space for better things, you need to recheck the performance of the important things. For the plane, this might look like you could use a better jet engine, a better propellant, because the first time you built it, the purpose was to make an MVP, something that simply works. Now it's to make it epic. What better parts, modules, and processes are there? The world is your oyster now. Or not quite yet. Step 17. Learn. This is where you realize that all the basic and simple components of your project are actually a cluster of a million other small things. You picked an engine, whatever your hobbyist friend you had or told you to use, but there's entire companies working on just making the liquid that goes inside the engine. And even though you still don't have the money, you can make a cheap version of something that performs better. Maybe? Yes, that's hard. Yes, that's engineering. That's the forefront of everything that's great. And you get there through extensive learning and knowing about stuff. Step 18. Realization. You realize and feel like even though you're proud of the project and it's great as a beginner thing, in order to make something that's really great, you needed to have the knowledge you have right now from the get-go. You look at your plane and realize there's so much that you could have done, so many things you could have tried which you can't anymore. You feel amazing because of the journey you've gone through, but you also feel a bit sad and want to give up. But you're also really proud because without building this, you would never have come to this extent where you know about how much you didn't actually know. Step 19. Showcase. Now this is important. You have a new piece in your undeniable stack of proof that no matter how dumb or incapable you might feel like sometimes, that you will always be able to build more than you know. At points where self-doubt kicks in, you have this basic plane and the thoughts that went to make it happen. You need to show it to the world. Step 20. It's time to build again. You realize that you can simply run this cycle again. You can build another plane with better materials, better fuel, fuselage, features, processes, which you didn't know about before. Now it's going to be so much more awesome and you're not going to feel like a loser who doesn't know what they're doing. But you will gain more knowledge, more clarity, and most importantly, make something that your heart has always desired. Now, even though these were steps, I hope it felt like a story. I've greatly dumbed down many of the steps, but I'm building an assistant with AI that'll be that companion to help you with building stuff you actually enjoy in your niche by warning, guiding, not sugarcoating anything, and cut out so much of the fluff and give you amazing ideas and practical steps. It'll help you generate ideas, add features, work along the project, and help you learn. If you'd like a sneak peek, click the link below and see the video where I show you a bit what are you making tonight.